Flintstones by Mark Russell and Steve Pugh. This video will be really short because I think there are a lot of videos that talk about this maxi series, 12-issue series. This was released by DC Comics, and I think there are a lot of videos out there that maybe talk about it more in depth. But I just want to give my thumbs up to this series because a lot of references to David Bowie, to Nick Cave, to Carl Sagan, it's like the best Simpsons episodes. You know, that's the way I feel about this series. It's 12 self-contained stories. Of course, if you read them in order, you can notice that it has a lot of recurring themes or plot lines. For example, the development of religion. That's a topic that really, important to Russell. There's an interview in Cuarto Mundo channel. I think they ask him about, religion, and he talks about where his interest in it comes from. I think because he was schooled in Catholic or whatever school. But again, he's a really good writer, a really good monthly series writer. I think he uses really well this format of trying to tell one complete story on one issue. To me, this edition I have is not the best one. I'm planning on selling it and at some point, maybe find the single issues or find a better one. This one is the Spanish one. The paper is not really good, and it's has a reduced size. Stories themselves talk about a lot, like using immigrants to pay less, or talk about also, there's an episode about the mall. Comes the mall and people start to buying stuff that they don't really need. There's also an episode about election or marriage, also, or there's an episode about using aliens, but it's about like when these the sons of rich people come to some towns and destroy it just for the sake of it, for fun. And some episodes are really, like, to me, hit really close to home. There are episodes about war. Well, it's also a recurring theme, I would say, war. Or the place men and women have on Earth. Society, also about the end of the world, how it's basically like Monty Python, meaning of life ends when that message of, you just have to be good to each other, in a way. There's a lot about that in this book. The use of the animals, the characters. It's a really good series, like a really good one. There's also about when theater comes to town, cinema, or hippies, gentrification, that kind of stuff. already said elections, war. It is about a fictional war, but it is so general in a way, the exploration, that even 10 years later after publication, because this was published and released for the first time as single issues on 2016, but it feels like really modern, with all this Palestine, Gaza, Ukraine, Russia conflicts. It still feels like a really modern. So it's a modern classic, like this Flintstone series by Mark Russell. I would say it's a modern classic. It's a must read. It's a must have, whatever you want to call it. It's a 10 out of 10 book, basically. Really one of the best things that DC has produced, at least to my eyes. I recommend, but for real, recommend.